This is JP. Welcome back to the Hercus Monty Saga channel. I'm unboxing a set of Germanic Warriors from Victrix today. Let's get them opened up and see what's inside. So inside there's actually 8 sprues. There's 2 different sprues. It's 2 times the command sprue and 5 times just the regular sprue. There's some differences in weapon options and armor between the command and the regular sprue. Starting off with just the regular sprue, there are 6 of these, and I've tallied up all the options that are available in this particular set. So on just the regular sprue, you've got 8 unarmored bodies. You can see 2 of them have just the loincloths. There are 14 different heads. All of them have none of them have helmets. The weapon options are quite varied. You have 5 javelins, 4 spears, 3 short swords, 2 axes, 1 sword, 1 club, and then there's actually 2 cloaks on there as well. Moving on to the command sprue, there are actually only 6 on this sprue, of which 5 have armor and there's 1 unarmored guy. I'm pointing out one of the models with Roman armor, so I'm guessing this is the Teutoburg Forest loot. There are 3 different banner poles, and for the head options, there are 6 helmeted heads, 3 of which have Roman helmets and 3 of which have Germanic style helmets, and there's also 2 without any helmets. On the weapons front, you have 1 axe, 4 swords, 2 javelins, and 2 spears. There are also 2 different war horns, if you want to give them some extra equipment. So I've built up 2 models, and I'll just show them now and just give you my thoughts. Here I've put together the Warlord. So using an armored body and a helmet, I decided to go with the Germanic style armor, just so I can leave some of the looted Roman equipment for some of my other Hearthguard models. So the following is just purely based on its uses in Saga. I'm not sure about other game systems. So for Saga, what I tend to do is have Hearthguard with armor, either chainmail or something else, and a helmet and a shield. And then have warriors with helmets and shields and levies, the most unarmored possible. That makes it a little bit difficult for this kit since you only have a very limited amount of helmets. There's only 6 helmets on each of the command sprues, so you're going to be struggling quite a bit to fill up your warrior ranks with helmeted heads. I suspect these are compatible with their other Gaul ranges, so you might be able to use some other helmets. I'm not sure how similar they are to the Germanic helmets. I'd have to check, but I don't actually own that kit. The connections to the bodies are just flat, so that should be pretty easy to swap between the 2 different kits. So that's my first point for Saga. You might struggle a little bit if you want to have more Hearthguard or if you want to differentiate your warriors. The second point is there's a lot of javelins, which is pretty good most of the time. It really depends on what is going to come out in the Age of Hannibal book. I'm under no illusions that the Germanic tribes are going to be in there. Given that it's Age of Hannibal, it will probably be, or more likely to be, Gauls of some sort or Celtic people. So it's just I really like these models and I prefer them to the Celtic options. So that's why I'm picking these up and probably going to use them as that. So the javelins, those are normally kind of equipment for levies. So it's going to be that's one way of differentiating between warriors and levies, is just by equipping them with javelins. However, on the battlefield, it's not always as easy to differentiate between a javelin and a spear. So I'm guessing some of the more dynamic poses of the models are going to be used as levies. On the shield options, there's only just enough shields for all of the models. There are some variations in the shields, some rectangular and hexagonal shields, oval and round. So you can, if with a little bit of planning, give your levies maybe the smaller and less decorated shields, and that way differentiate between the two. On the number of heads and the I'm actually very surprised and pleased with the number of heads. They all have some kind of facial hair, and also some top knots in there. I wish they would have maybe toned down the Roman equipment a little bit. I feel like it might be a little bit too much if you just want to not use or just go purely with the Germanic looking models. But it's a really interesting touch, and it's adds a little bit of a story to any warband having that kind of looted equipment. So in conclusion, for the price, I picked this up for 40 euros for 60 models. You can't really go wrong, even if you end up picking two sets. It all depends on what the equipment options are for the Germanic people, or whatever I'm going to use these as in Age of Hannibal when that finally does come out. So this is a little bit of a speculative video, or this part of the video is at least. So I'm going to start painting these up. Hopefully they'll be usable. If not, I've just got a really nice looking warband that I can't use for anything. So there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I'm very positive about these and also the other Victrix sets I picked up. I'm very happy that they've decided to get more into the Dark Ages, and seeing how they've progressed from the Vikings to the Saxons, and then also or they already had quite a reasonable range in the ancient period. So yeah, this is really good. Seems to be a very high quality kit again. Looking forward to building these. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please comment below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks, and talk to you soon.